Hey guys, here we are, lesson 10 in unit 4. We're on page 77 in your book. So, you are 10.1, notice and wonder the price of sunglasses. You're on vacation, want to buy a pair of sunglasses for $10 or less. You find a price tag of $10, and the cashier says the cost, or the total cost will be $10.45. What do you notice and what do you wonder about that picture or about the situation? Go ahead and hit pause, think about it, write down one thing you notice, one thing you wonder, and then we'll go from there. All right, hopefully you've had a chance to think about it. Well, I noticed the glasses are $10 and the price is $10.45. How did they get to $10.45? Well, it's tax, right? Everything, well, a lot of things when you go to buy them are taxed. Food right now is not taxable, so that's nice. So if it says 99 cents, you get it for 99 cents. But like goods like shoes, clothes, sunglasses, jewelry, all that stuff, electronics, your phones, your tablets, whatnot, they're all taxable. So that's what we're talking about today is tax. So on page 78, it says shopping in two different cities. Different cities have different sales tax rate. Here is the sales tax charges on the same items in two different cities. Complete the tables. So they give us the price, and they give us the tax, and they give us the total cost. They don't give us the percentage, so that's what we have to figure out. So to figure out your percentage, you take the sales tax and divide it by the price. So in my calculator, I am going to go 0.48 divided by 8.00 if you want. You don't have to put that. So in my calculator, if I go 0.48 divided by 8, I get 0.06. 0.06. So that's my tax, is 0.06. So what I need to do is take all of these other items and times them by 0.06 to find my sales tax, okay? Remember, 0.06 is the decimal. The percentage, if we move it over twice, is going to be 6% here. Okay, so in my calculator, 25 times 0.06 is $1.50, okay? So to find the total cost, I just add those together. 25 plus $1 is 26, plus 50 cents is 26.50, okay? $1 times 0.06 is 0.06, so $1 plus 6 more cents is $1.06. 12 times 0.06 is 0.72, so $12 plus 72 cents is $12.72. And then x times 0.06 is just going to be 0.06x. Now remember, we're going to add these together, right? So this is 1x plus 0.06x, so 1 plus 0.06 is 1.06x. Remember, just add up the numbers because they both have an x with it. We can add them up, and then we just put the x at the end. Okay, so there's city number 1. City number 2, we do the same thing. The sales tax has changed, though. So if we go 0.64 divided by 8, it's 0.08. So 0.64 divided by 8 is 0.08 now. So 8% sales tax here. So I'm just going to get 0.08 times all of these. So 1 times 0.08 is 0.08. Oh, let's add them. $25 plus $2 is $27. $1 plus 8 cents is $1.08. 12 times 0.08. 12 times 0.08 is 0.96. So $12 plus 96 cents is $12.96. And then x times 0.08, we just put them together. 0.08x. There's one x here, right? So 1 plus 0.08 is 1.08 times x is x. Okay? And that's it, right? We just had to complete the tables. So, City 1, better sales tax rate, everything's cheaper. Not by a lot, but it'll add up over time. 10.3, shopping in the third city. Here's the sales tax on the same city, and here's the sales tax on the same items in city 3. What is the tax rate? So we go 0.58. We're just going to take the tax, 0.58, and we're going to divide it by 8. So in my calculator, if I go 0.58 divided by 8, I get 0.07. So it's right in the middle, 7%. So we're going to go 0.07 times 12. 0.07 times 12 is 0.84. 0.84. What's the tax rate in this city? Well, it's 7%. For the sales tax on the laundry soap, Kieran says it should be 84 cents. Lynn says it should be 87 cents. Do you agree with either of them? Well, we just figured it out. It's 84 cents, right? So Kieran is correct. Because 7%, 0.07 times 12 is 84. All right, that is tax. Now, let's look at 10.4 on page 80. Dining in a restaurant. Jada has a meal in a restaurant. She adds up the prices listed on the menu for everything they ordered and gets a subtotal of $42. So here's my subtotal. Subtotal's right there, $42. Okay. When the check comes, it also says they need to pay a $3.99 tax. What is the percentage of the sales tax? So, $3.99 tax divided by total is 42. So if I go 3.99 divided by $42, I get 0.10. So if I move it over twice, times it by 100, I get 10% tax. After tax, the total is $45.99. What percentage of the subtotal is the total? So now I'm going to go subtotal divided by total. So I'm going to go 42 divided by 45.99. So 42 divided by 45.99. I get 0.91. I move it over twice. I get 91%. Okay? They actually pay $52.99. The additional $7 is a tip for the server. What percentage of the subtotal is the tip? So if I take the tip, $7, and I divide it by the subtotal, $42, 7 divided by 42 is 0.17. If I move it over twice, it's 17%. Okay, so to find the percentage, we take the partial amount divided by the whole amount. Okay, we talked a little bit about this in lesson 9. To find the percentage, you take the partial amount that you're talking about. In this case, it was the tip, and divided by the total amount. In this case, the subtotal. So 7 divided by 42 is 0.17, which is going to be 17%. Okay, number 2, the tax rate at the restaurant is 9.5%. So they give us the receipt here. It says another person's subtotal is $24.95. How much was the sales tax going to be? Well, I know my tax rate is 9.5%. They tell me right here, 9.5%, and I know my total is 24.95. So I have the percentage. I need to find the partial amount, so I'm just going to multiply those two. If I go 24.95 times 9.5%, I get $2.37. Some other person's sales tax is $1.61. How much was their subtotal? So we're just going to divide again. $1.61 divided by 9.5%. We get $16.95. Okay. And that's it. So looking at the summary, many places have a sales tax. A sales tax is an amount of money that the government agency collects on the sale of certain items. For example, a state might charge a tax on all cars purchased in the state. Often the tax rate is given as a percentage of the cost. For example, a state's tax rate on car sales might be 2%, which means that for every car sold in that state, the buyer has to pay a tax of 2% of the sales price of the car. Fractional percentages often arise when a state or city charges sales tax on a purchase. For example, the sales tax in Arizona is 7.5%. This means that when someone buys something, they have to add an additional 0.075 times the amount on the price tag to determine the total cost of the item. For example, if the price on a t-shirt in Arizona is $11.50, when they go $11.50 times 7.5%, and they get 0.8625, which is 86 cents. So we go $11.50 plus 86 cents, and we get $12.36 for the shirt. The total cost to the customer is the item price plus the sales tax. We can think of this as a percent of increase. For an example, in Arizona, the total cost to customer is 107.5% of the listed price. A tip is the amount of money that a person gives someone who provides the service. It is customary in many restaurants to give a tip to the server that is between 10% and 20% of the cost of the meal. If the person plans to leave a 15% tip on the meal, then the total cost will be 115% of the total cost. So on your assignment, number 1 is like number 1 here in the book. It says, in a city in Ohio, the sales tax rate is 7.25%. Okay? Complete the table to show the sales tax and the total price, including the tax for each item. So all we're going to do is going to go 7.25 times each one of these, 7.25% times each one of these numbers. That's going to give me my sales tax, and then to find the total price, we just add these together to get the total price. Okay? So price times percentage equals my sales tax, and then price plus sales tax equals my total price. Okay? On number 2, it says the sales tax rate in New Mexico is 5.125%. Select all the equations that represent the sales tax you would pay in New Mexico for all the items of C. All right, so we're just thinking of sales tax. Now, if you notice in number 2, all the answers, none of them have a percentage. To turn a percentage into a decimal, we divide it by 100. So 5.125 divided by 100 times C. Well, that looks like that one. And if I go 5.125 divided by 100, I get 0.05125C. Oh, that looks like that one. Okay, that one they didn't move the decimal. That one they didn't turn into a decimal. They just, so C and D. Okay, remember you can always ask me, email me if you have any questions.